Okie dokie, guys. Hi. It's Miss T, and I'm bored and anxiety and all those good things. So I'm up watching some road races, and there's no racing on Sunday. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit itchy. I've been watching some replays of I watched a replay again of the Cars Tour. It was a good race. And they really did good in spite of how it ended. But Landon finished top 10. So I think he's going to maintain 5th in points so far. But I haven't double checked. With the weeks I've had, like moving from Florida to North Carolina, it's been really physically exhausting. So yeah. Anyway, I am on here, self-preservation. We're gonna watch a race. It makes me always get more grounded when I watch a race. This is IRP, Dad's with Tim Fedewa. I know they finished pretty good.
Well, let's take a look at our Suzuki starting lineup. On the pole, his second career pole, and the 18th different pole winner in 1998, Roy Buckshot Jones. Alongside him, the guy who's won the last 2 times here in the Kroger 200, Randy LaJoie. Back in row 2, former Goodies Dash Series champion, and what a second half of the year this young man's having, Lyndon Amick. Alongside him, you heard him talk a moment ago, he's finished second here before, Elton Sawyer. Back inside row 3, our most recent winner in the Busch Series competition, Tim Fedewa from last Saturday night. And there's the 1994 Series champion, David Green. Back to row 4, Mike Wallace, only his second start in 1998, had a great run at Daytona driving a car for Andy Petrie. And beside him, Elliott Sadler. Back to row 5, starting in 9th spot, Wayne Grubb, one of only 2 drivers to lead this race a year ago. He and the guy who won it, Randy LaJoie. And beside him, the veteran Bobby Hill. Row 6, Mark Green, the middle of the Green brothers. He's the in-between guy between David and Jeff. And beside him, the veteran, Mike Magic Shoes McLaughlin.
All right, where are we?
Back to row 7, Kevin LePage. He will be in a Jack Roush car in a couple weeks at Michigan Speedway, the Prom Star Machine. Tonight, it's a Busch Series ride. And Patty Moise in the Rhodes Furniture Ford.
It's a Sunday
row 8
night.
shows Joe Bessie in the car number 6. And our current point leader starting in 16th spot, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
The Fina car is one of our team cars.
His first Busch Series win came earlier this year at Hickory Speedway, and beside him, the Slim Jim machine for Todd Bodine. As the field begins to roll, take a look at the rest of our starting lineup. Dave Blaney and the 1997 Indy Racing League champion, Tony Stewart.
There's the Fedewa car.
The young man out of the North Series, Kevin Prince, and beside him, another man who came out of the Busch North Tour, Andy Santerre, leading in the Rookie of the Year point standings. There's the veteran Phil Parsons.
I'm also kind of on a hunt for
in car number 85 with the Big A Arnold Parts color. Tracy Leslie.
We have a bumper from the 33 car back then in my sister's garage, and I'm trying to figure out which race it came from, and I haven't quite figured
his second ever start in Busch Series competition, driving the Band-Aid Ford for Michael
Could
Walker.
be this track.
Mike Bliss. Been a tough week for Bliss. We'll tell you more about that later. And of course, Mark Crow on the outside of row 14. There's a 1993 Rookie of the Year driver, Hermie Sadler, at DeWalt Chevrolet. A new father again this week. We'll tell you about their new baby in a moment. And former winner, Jason Keller. Keller won this race in 1995. And back in row 16, Lance Hooper and Matt Kenseth in the Lycos.com
Matt Kenseth
Chevrolet.
Was just starting out
row 17
in Busch, which is the old Xfin.
There's Mike Dillon in the car number 72, the Detroit Gasket Machine. Curtis Markham subbing for Dick Trickle, who's overrunning
this sounds like a much better
coming tomorrow, taking the evening off.
Video
in the
than
Dennis
the
Shoemaker
last
Machine.
Which is good.
There is Matt Hunter in the car number 4, and Glenn Allen Jr., the 1996 Rookie of the Year, another one of our provisional starters. The car number 59, that is ASA rookie sensation Jimmy Johnson, making his Busch Series debut in the Kingsford Charcoal Chevy for Tad Geschecter and Jeff Krogh beside him in row 19. And rounding out the field in row 20,
Jimmy
car number 50
Johnson,
is Dave Resendez.
Busch
Let's check into the pits once
debut.
again with Bill Weber.
That's kind of
Jerry,
weird.
as you know, the short track season
this is
in the NASCAR
1998.
Busch Series goes on for several weeks, and it has really shaken up the points
And
in the last several
I'm trying
races.
to
Tonight, the
really
guy that has perhaps the
get
biggest
in the
hurdle
mood
to
to
overcome
rush
is
and
Matt
finish Dad's
Kenseth.
book
He was the
for
last guy to get
the
into this field on
reunion
speed.
for,
He starts 32nd. He also has to battle his way
weeks.
back up in the points. He is second right
Yeah.
now, just 13 behind Earnhardt, but he has a long way to go to catch Earnhardt, and even a longer way to get to the front. Further down pit road, here's Marty Reed.
Thanks, Bill. Momentary scare for Buckshot Jones, our pole sitter, just as he was pulling out onto the track. The fire in the car went away. He got it refired,
and that'll bring us up to like
he is
94,
okay.
and then 95,
Crew
96,
says
97,
nothing wrong.
98, 99, 2000.
All right, one
But
to go from
those
Carl
go quick.
Simmons, our NASCAR Busch Series flagman. Some of the in-car cameras. There is Mike
And then I
Dillon's
gotta
car
do
number
the
72,
episode.
starting back in 37th spot. Detroit Gasket in-car, the Minute Maid in-car. That is Jason Keller.
All right, Jason
Starting
Keller.
back
This
in
is
the 30th
IRP. It's
position.
international.
There is Shane Hall starting 24th.
It's
in the car,
Indianapolis
number
Raceway
85.
Park. In Indianapolis Raceway
In-car
Park.
cameras, the channel lock machine. There's Kevin LePage.
I was thinking.
In the car number 40, Doug Taylor machine started 13th. There's Mike McLaughlin's car number 12, the Gould's Pumps in-car camera. And there's David Green, the former series champion, starting in 6th spot in a Pontiac in the Stanley Tools Pontiac. That is the car
It's
quest
really
in-car
cool.
camera.
Jimmy
We're told
Johnson,
that,
this is his
of course,
first race. in
Elton
Xfin.
Sawyer,
It's kinda cool.
car number 38, the Barbasol machine, the Aiken-Sutton Motorsports machine.
I don't know if
Elton due for a
Elton is
victory.
still the director of NASCAR.
Randy LaJoy, the Bob Evans Restaurant in-car camera,
Like-
two-time and defending Busch Series champion
Of Cup, like
and a defending winner of the Kroger 200. Glad to have
The
you
one
with us.
that
We sit
does the
set
fines.
for 200 laps of racing action, NASCAR Busch Series style.
all right, we're starting 5th, so this looks
Buckshot
good.
Jones got a great start there. You can see him already pulling out to get his preferred line
Good
going in turn
Lord.
number 1.
Jump much?
Since they paved IRP now, the cars will
He's
be able to
like
run a
freaking
little bit
like
more than they have in the past. When I
took
was
off
here
in
just
turn
a couple
3.
years ago, the only line that you could dare run on was up high against the wall. I noticed in the truck race just last night, they were able to run down low, and that was as a result of the new pavement.
Buckshot Jones leads the first time by. They have 48 feet of width to race on here with this new
All right,
graduated
Kleenex,
pavement.
Scott.
Kemi Fiedel gets the car a little bit out of shape. There is Lyndon Amick in the car number 35 on the bottom, and Buckshot is just moving away.
The bumper that my sister has in the garage has like a really big ding
It's the old adage, Buckshot
in the left front corner,
And I'm in a hurry. I got a busy day
like
tomorrow.
just
200
below the
laps will go fast
Kleenex.
here,
But I don't
too,
think
if
the
there's no
Kleenex
caution.
in the spot was
If
off
there's no
center
caution.
like that.
Side by side
And it
action,
all,
team
yeah, I
Fiedel
don't know.
and
I don't know if that's
LaJoy,
the
both
bumper.
of them driving for Base Motorsports. And Bill Gardner out of turn 4. It'll be, boy, that's the way they finished last week at South Boston. Fiedel won the race, and LaJoy finished second.
Sorry if it pops up over there, because sometimes this pops up over on my
As you know, that both guys
second
had the same
monitor.
stuff when the cars were just
And if
that
it
even.
does, okay, it
Yeah, it's
didn't.
impressive to see Tim run like
I
that on the
think I
bottom. It's a
switched
tough
it.
place to get your car hooked up on the bottom like that. You got to get out of the gas
It
motor
is.
with a guy on the outside. He can keep his motor revved up better. He's got a preferred line coming out of the corner. IRP is just a track that the outside group usually works better. If you see a guy down low,
All right, it's going to pop up on your screen now. Yep, there it is. This is the one I'm looking now. See that Kleenex with the K on the angle? This might be the race it's from. Let me check. See? Got the weak hair really like right below the K and the smash. So this is one, I don't know where it's from. We'll figure it out. I'll minimize that and see if it's this race, but it looks like it's that bumper because of the angle with the K. See what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, it does look very similar. But we gotta wait and see if he gets a ding.
You're wondering
So,
where Buckshot is? Well, he's about a straightaway away. Where's our point leader? Well, there is the car number 3 currently being shown in 16th position. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
This baby hits 88
All
miles
right.
per hour.
real soon, I'm getting this part taken care of. Okay. Bear with
That's
me.
exactly
Bear
where he
with
started.
me.
And look is up just a couple
I did a
cars
quick
ahead of him. That number
rearranging
6
of
car.
our
I believe
life.
Last week there was an incident between the two
To
of them.
get
wasn't
everything
there?
on
I
track,
think
and
I
then
remember that
soon I'll
somewhere,
be able to
reading
afford
about
it.
that.
put that back on
There's
there.
Ed Barrier.
Beginning of the
Jimmy
month.
Means
Oh,
prepared
get
car
my
number
YouTube
77.
premium
He's in
back.
between them in 15th spot. Bill Weber wasn't kidding when he said Big E, Earnhardt, had served notice to the little guy to use his head tonight, keep his head screwed on. I think he's being very, very patient early on.
I was attempting to try to snooze that. I missed
One
it.
car had slowed a moment ago in the backstretch. That was the Kevin Prince machine. And he is headed for pit road as you watch this action. That is 14th, 15th, and 16th. Joe Bessie in the car number 6, the power team machine.
77, I
There's
think,
Page in the
is...
40 car. He's in 13th spot, the channel lock car for
He
Doug
won
Taylor.
a couple of weeks prior. Barrier. Ed Barrier.
Well,
I was
there's
thinking
Timmy
Max
Fiedler,
Barrier.
our most recent winner in Busch Series competition, and there's the guy they're all chasing. In the
Most
double zero,
recent
the
winner
Alka
in Busch
Seltzer
competition. Oh, South Boston.
Pontiac
South
for
Boston
Roy
was just
Buckshot
before this, and
Jones,
Jim
our
won
leader
South
here in the early
Boston.
laps.
A couple of races before
Indianapolis
that
Raceway Park.
with my dad. He also won Nazareth, and I was there.
Back in Indianapolis Raceway Park, 27-year-old Buckshot Jones taking the Alka Seltzer Pontiac, giving a lot of upset stomachs to the guy
I can't
behind him because
put my
he's
feet down there
absolutely
because she's
blown
like
away.
wild.
Now, the closest guy to him is our most recent winner in Busch competition. That would be the Kleenex machine of Timmy Fiedler. There's Buckshot in the Bayer car. And
Just a
about
minute, I'm going to
straightaway
get those
back
kitties some toys.
was Fiedler. Now, here's a lot of racing action. Back in the pack, side-by-side action. The 36 car, the Stanley machine of David Green, trying to make a move inside of Elton Sawyer, and he will get the position. Take a look at our field summary. The number in parentheses of where these cars started. See, David Green started 6th early in 7th spot. Mike Wallace moved up a spot from 7th to 6th in the Oakwood Home Chevrolet. Where your favorite drivers are running. As you watch these cars move around this racetrack, Chad Little, you drove here 3 times, and this place was very, very tight. Basically a one-groove racetrack until the repaving.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, when the asphalt was old, you had to run where the most grip was. That was up high, where you didn't have to pinch your car off. You didn't have to apply a lot of steering angle. Right up next to the wall, all the way around. Where now you're able to run down low.
I got her a toy so she wouldn't be biting my feet.
On the in-car camera view. Or you can run up high. So you have a lot of different choices now. It just depends on how you have your car set up. You can get your car set up to turn well in the middle, then you have the option to run a little bit lower, and I think that'll make for those options will give a car a better opportunity to pass into the race.
Elton Sawyer on the inside. He's being passed, and here's a battle for 2nd spot. Lyndon Amick in the car number 35.
You need to give a good call to young Lyndon Amick, too. He doesn't have a lot of Busch experience, and he's racing right next to somebody who's been involved in Busch for a long time. So Lyndon's doing a great job tonight.
Let's check into the Amick pits with Marty.
Well, we hadn't.
Wow,
we're not over at Lyndon Amick's pits. We had talked to Timmy Fiedler, and you had mentioned that the Alka Seltzer car of Buckshot Jones was giving everybody gas, but they weren't crying in the Kleenex mobile because they were running pretty good. But all of a sudden, he's fallen back a few spots. The guy that I've just checked in on is Elton Sawyer. He is dropping back very quickly. The team says the car has tightened up quite a bit.
Oh, thank you, Marty. We saw Elton Sawyer losing positions. They were passing him 2 and 3 a lap, so you know that as well as that car runs, he certainly is having his troubles.
Well, we're into the race about 30, 35 laps now, I believe, and it's to the point where you're going to know what your car's doing. The race starts, you're not talking to your crew a lot. You're waiting to see how the car handles and what information you can give them on what's going on. Now you're probably been able to tell them, okay, my car's a little tight, my car's a little loose. The crew's getting ready to make their adjustments or thinking about what adjustments to make.
All right, here's a look at Dale Earnhardt in the AC Delco Chevrolet. He is now being shown in a left spot. McLaughlin behind him in the 34 car back in 12th. Earnhardt making a move on Mark Green in the Timberwolf machine. Clarence Brewer on car. That is the car directly in front of Earnhardt. Now he is being very, very, very patient early on. And I'm sure they preached a lot of patience to this young man, knowing he had a pretty good race car. Let's see if he can make the pass on the inside. Pulls it down almost effortlessly and slides right underneath Mark Green. Well, there comes Mark back on the outside.
That's a good example of how the guy on the outside can keep his motor RPMs revved up a little bit higher because he doesn't have to pinch his car off so aggressively coming out of the corner or right through the center. So it makes it look like he's got a heck of a lot more horsepower coming out of the corner, but it really doesn't just because his RPMs, his motor's wound up a little bit better as he comes out.
It's Ed Barrier in the 77.
All right, here's the battle. Car number 77 and 30. That is Todd Bodine in the 30. Ed Barrier in the Lear machine. Ford Taurus. And a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. NASCAR taking a look at the car number 77. There have been some reports from some of the spotters that something may have been leaking out of that car. Thus far, they don't see anything, so no black flag, thankfully.
There's also a Bodine behind it, too.
Lyndon Amick, former NASCAR Goodies Dash Series
They've been known
champion.
to do shenanigans to get a caution.
That car number 35 there in second spot. Only his 8th start here in 1998.
Okay, Buckshot, I
and
thought
4th at
was
Myrtle Beach and a 9th at South Boston in his last two outings. This young man has really come on.
Maybe where's Pete?
You might be wondering why we're talking about second, just showing second place there. It's because first place is just
Buckshot
plain
was
checked
shot
out.
out of
He is
a
gone.
cannon
Buckshot
when
Jones
the
right
yellow.
now
I mean, when
is
the
about a full straightaway ahead of everybody else. He's
when
battling for
the
second on back. As
green flag went,
went.
he was like freaking gone.
There's a look at Brandon LaJoy.
I never
Starting
seen
second,
anybody
currently back in 3rd spot.
Half a
Two
straightaway
consecutive poles here at IRP,
ahead,
2
and
consecutive
they didn't
wins.
throw the caution.
Dominated last year.
But
He led 172 of 200 laps en route to his victory a year ago, and he's now moving in or trying to move in. And here back behind him is the battle. David Green making a move underneath the car number 33 of Fidoa. That is for 5th position. Behind them, Elliott Sadler in 7th spot. Now Green and Fidoa will bump just a bit. Here comes Fidoa battling back on the outside. 30 laps complete of 200, which comprise the Kroger 200 NASCAR Busch Series event. Now David Green will have the position. Fidoa back in 6th spot. That puts Elliott Sadler in 7th. And the car number 83, that's Wayne Grubb in 8th spot. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. now. He will battle for position. That will be for the 9th spot. Trying to make a move under Bobby Hillin.
let me know if this is skipping.
That's a clean shower Chevy for Hillin. As our leader now begins to pull up on some lap traffic. The 00, the Bayer Alpha Seltzer Pontiac of Roy Buckshot works heavy traffic. We'll work a break.
IRP 6. Yes. Everybody else like took over from
Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park in Claremont, Indiana. Our leader, the 00, Roy Buckshot Jones, now beginning to catch the tail of the field and try to put some of the guys a lap down. Let's check in on his pits with Marty.
Well, guys, he is running laps when he was in the open in the 23-second range. In fact, he even clicked off a 22.9, which is only 8/10 off his qualifying time. But now that he is caught up to the back of the pack, it is dropped off by half a second. That could allow some of these guys trying to track him down to catch up.
Well, some of those guys out there are going to need him to be in a lot of traffic at the pace that he's setting because there isn't anybody that even can challenge him. I haven't seen a runaway like this in a long time.
Looked like the car may have
The
bobbled a
cat
little bit
just
coming
gave me the
off of
weirdest
turn
look
two.
because I let Stella
There's
have
our
the
lap
rest of the
comparison
food she
last
didn't
time by
want.
Jones.
She looked at
Now
me
having
like,
to
what
follow
the
that
hell?
traffic in front of him, 104 miles an hour, and you see
You
Amick,
sharing?
Lyndon Amick over 100, almost 106 and a half, or over 106 and a half. What about our points leader? Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. slowly, meticulously, patiently picking them off one by one. He just gone by Tim Fidoa, and that would be for the 7th position. Earnhardt Jr. is 7th, Fidoa is 8th. Here is Grubb in 9th in the Link Belt Chevrolet. Bobby Hillin Jr. back in 10th spot. The young man,
I definitely
who was our points leader, started back in 16th spot.
starting to believe that that rear bumper was from IRP, but I don't see it dinged up yet. It's got the right. It's got the right.
How about some of the other veterans here in the Busch Series? I told you that Joe Bessie, there's Bessie in the power team.
And why would we
6.
have
He's
a
back in
bumper from the
18th
Kleenex
position.
car? That was for Chief
Getting
for
a
10
challenge
feet
there
198.
by the car number number 17 of Matt Kenseth.
After
Matt Kenseth qualified 32nd and is now running in the 18th position.
his first
He's
race.
probably moved up more than anybody else right now.
Tim was
He's
about
really on a
15th
move.
in points, various like when Dad come there, and he will end up finishing next under the race. So that's good.
Sad, we've had the advantage of watching Matt come through the field here, and he's patiently picked off these cars. Now, you know how frustrating it can be as a driver to have to qualify on your race setup, but apparently their race setup must have been pretty good. It didn't help in qualifying, but it's working extremely well here, don't you think?
For Matt to have gone through that much traffic in 35 or 40 laps, he has got a great race setup underneath that car. He's had to race cars, you know, high and low. He hasn't had the benefit of having a wide open track, so he's really hooked up. We'll have to wait and see later on in the race, but I think when things settle down, we're going to see the 17 car up there in the front.
All right, pretty good
The
battle
number
here
8,
between
I believe,
Wayne
is
Bruff
Bobby
and the car
Hillen
number
at
83.
Stavola Brothers, and
As
he
he
ran
is side
really
by side
well in
with
that
Vito.
car. It was kind of like, yeah,
Wayne
it
Bruff
is.
was our pole setter up in Richmond, Virginia
For some
earlier in the
reason
year.
they
Had a
quit.
great run, set on the pole
Dad
and
and
finished fourth.
Dad and
Young man, just 21 years of age.
him
A lot
did
of talent
not.
there in the
Bobby
Bruff
Hillen.
family. Wayne
They
and
just
Kevin,
could
the
not-
brothers,
They could not
running
make
along
the
with a
thing
channel lock in-car camera on
They
board.
just
That is Kevin
could not
LePage,
do
Doug Taylor's car number
Sometimes
40.
you'll have that.
Kevin being shown in 14th position currently. Take a look at our field summary. Car number 8 is Bobby Hillen in
My
the
cat
clean
just jumped
shower
over
Chevy.
the dog's back.
That car owned by a group of 6 Major League Baseball players.
My dog.
Mark McGuire, Gary Gaddy, a number of others involved with that race team. They keep the Big Mac Attack numbers, home run numbers there on the side of the car.
I tell it don't.
Out of California, they had Mark McGuire's son come out personally and put the number on the side just prior to the race. Like back then it was 40 or 42, I believe. Good racing action all over Indianapolis Raceway Park.
Stell will not walk by the curb.
Caution free so far. We should knock on wood when
Yeah,
you
you-
said that, though.
Well, you just jinxed us, Chad.
You're
I
gonna
believe
have to
now
run
we're
by
going to see a rash of caution
That's the way
flags.
it is.
Last
You're
year here, there
kidding.
were 11 caution flags for 80 laps. 80 of the 200 laps were run under yellow. As far as you said, we have not seen the yellow hanky wave one time. Now look at Kevin LePage trying to make it 3 wide on the
Okey-dokey.
inside. He's in the channel line.
Tim-
Below
Oh,
contact.
Jesus.
Todd Bodine is
All right.
up.
That's
Goes
where the
around.
bumper come from.
And I told you.
I'll
I
guarantee.
You had to say
Holy
caution free.
crap.
Tim,
Come on,
I'm really
Tim.
sorry.
Well, he's going to throw Kleenex at you, I promise you. What a tough break for Tim Feeder. We're bringing out the first caution flag tonight here on lap number 49.
Come on, get moving, man.
We'll see it on a
Who's
replay because
lap?
the cameras were right on top of that, but I don't believe it was anything but just a racing deal. Look how tight these cars are right in here. This is about 10th place on.
Just a racing
Yeah,
deal.
we
He
saw
hit him
Tim
in the
just come
right
down a little
rear
bit,
and
making
a left
just a
rear.
little bit of contact with the 30
Friggin'
car.
Todd Bodine.
There's no room at Raceway Park here to once you get bumped like that. We
6
saw in the
inch.
truck race last night, and Tim's hard into the wall. and
Love the
turned
man to
him on.
death, but he has like
Once
6
again,
inch
different
gap
angle this
on
time.
his
Todd
judgment.
Bodine is the Slim
And
Jim driver.
every
There is
friggin'
Vito's
race
car, and
he's in.
Bodine, the contact.
He oopses.
LePage is there.
And I'm sorry, but you know,
Boy, Ed Barrier did a great job
F
to get
my
on the
life.
brakes. Not to run
I
into
think
the back
we
of
found
Vito's
out
car,
what-
spun
oh,
around
no,
the
it's-
wall. Look at there. Heavy damage for Tim Fedo. He was 5th in the point standings coming into
that
the
is
night.
definitely
Just
the bumper
89
in my
points
sister's
behind
garage.
LaJoy.
I see the crack.
Here's our leader on pit road, and
They're
Marty
going to just
Reed
rip
is
that
there.
son of a bitch off
Yes,
right
guys,
now.
and it's a
And it's not
perfect
going to
timing
drive no
for
more.
this yellow.
So we
One
got a
of the Wonder
bumper
Riders
that
having
ran,
trouble
what,
getting
10
around some of
laps?
this slower traffic. He was reporting that it was getting tight
just
from the
kidding.
center out.
It's
You
just
can
like,
see that they're going to
what
take
the
a
hell?
turn, a wedge out, one full turn. And Phil Weber, what's happening at your end?
Oops, sorry, Bodine. See, we came from Stafford. Bodine was our competitor, like big time.
All right, pit action continuing there on the first caution flag today.
Not Todd, but Jeff.
There is Buckshot's crew, having completed
We
the
be
service on the
snarky when it
pair.
comes to
There is
Bodines.
Randy LaJoy exiting pit road behind the Mike McLaughlin car. Made a significant chassis adjustment on Buckshot's car. You got to wonder as well as that car was running. Why you would want to touch it, but I guess they want to get just a little bit better. Working the first caution flag of the night at Indianapolis Raceway Park due to a spin by
God,
Tim
it's
Feet.
going to be a long race if they went down a lap already.
Welcome back to Indianapolis Raceway Park in Claremont, Indiana. Working the first caution flag tonight.
Okay,
There's
he's
a
in
look
the
at
back.
guy who's
That's
dominated
good.
the first 52 laps. Now, what happened to bring out the yellow? We'll show you
Good,
once
better,
again.
best.
Take a look left side of your screen.
Yeah, Tarbodine
Tim Feito was on the outside
Whoopsie.
there. Todd on the inside. You can see they just got together going into turn one, and Feito slams
I
in the outside
missed.
wall pretty darn hard. He's okay though, and the car's not. It's going to be a short night for him, but just a racing deal right there. It's hard to say.
So I
whose
got a
fault it is.
bumper.
All right, take
You
a
got a
listen
bumper
real
from-
time. Boom. Ouch.
From
Well,
a
the green
race?
flag
No, he
waves
has
once
to.
again. As Feito was crew will work on that car. We'll try to get a comment from him just momentarily. So we go
Go
back
get
to
Todd
green flag
Bodine to
racing.
sign the son of a...
Lyndon Amick in the car number 35, being shown as our
I don't
leader
have
here.
it. It's in. I'm in North Carolina.
Flashing by at about 108.
And I'm going to go
109
off
miles
my
per hour.
camera
They
for a
qualified
bit
at
and watch this
111.
race
There's a look at the SCANA, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
so I can
Tourism
relax and not
Pontiac.
have to sit up straight and comment.
For Lyndon Amick, as they shuffle up back for third spot.
But I'm
This is the
here.
first time ever for young Lyndon Amick to lead a Busch Series race too. We talked about earlier that he's doing so well for a young driver, and not a lot of Busch Grand National starts.
I think
This is
it'll
the
be
first time
better
he's
on
ever
my
done it.
stream too if I don't have the camera
Hopefully he's putting
going.
it all out of his mind.
I just
and,
kind of cut that
Just
off.
thinking about what's going
We're
on
kind of
there,
on a
and,
limping white
not the
flag
fact that
right
hey,
now.
this is the first time I've
We're
ever led a Busch
working
race.
on it.
Oh, he's got to be thinking about this. This is great. There's Mike Wallace making a move on Bobby Hillen in the car number 8. Wallace, the 15, the Oakwood Homes car, down on the inside. Last time Wallace ran here at Indianapolis Raceway Park, he won the race back in 1994. Only his second start in the Busch Series. Normally, of course, as you heard Marty say earlier, he drives in the Grassman Truck Series. Here later, Pier 1 filter machine for Kenny Schrader. Oh, he was a little bit loose. He gathered it back in. That's our tread cam buried in the asphalt. And that gives you chills if you have nightmares. It's not our fault. Cars coming right over you.
The tread cam.
Elliott Sadler in second. Hillen is third. Wallace is fourth. David Green fifth in the car number 36. There is Green. Stanley Tools on board camera. Boy, what a run Green has had since coming into the Busch Series, coming back to the Busch Series. Oh, and here is the Power Team machine, the Chevy of Joe Bessie sliding off the turn.
That's turn number 2 there, coming off of turn number 2 against the inside wall on the back straightaway.
Now we'll bring out caution for the second time here on lap 59.
From racetrack to road, Mobil 1 Motor Oils make whatever you drive more beautifully.
Sheet metal damage on the left side of Bessie's machine. There is the car number 44 of Tony Stewart in the Shell Pontiac, Joe Gibbs' own car. Damage to the rear of that machine.
We'll try to find out what happened and why the 6 car spun out there, but
See if I can see what happened again here. This was over in turn 2.
well, obviously the 44 car had to check up, as did Joe Bessie there, and then the 34 car of Mike McLaughlin just got into the back of him. Can't tell exactly why they had to slow up.
A little different angle. It's already, Bessie had already been tagged, and so had the 44 had gotten hit from behind. Stewart by McLaughlin. Now here is Tony
Looks
Stewart
like
on pit
everybody's
road.
having a rough
The
night.
1997
It's only
Indy
been a
Racing
lap
League
or so.
champion.
Maybe Tim will get back in
As
there.
the crew now taking a look
doubt
underneath
it.
that car number 44 to see there how much damage there may have
I thought
been
he had a good
from that
finish.
contact from the back and the front. Working the second caution flag of the night at Indianapolis Raceway Park. 60 laps are complete. Our leader is Lyndon Amick.
60
We'll be right back. Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, Marty Reed, Bill Weber, Chad Little and yours truly, Jerry Punch, bringing you exciting Busch Grand National Series action.
Todd, take
Second
him out
caution
too.
flag tonight due to this incident here
I'm
coming
such
off of
an
turn
idiot.
2.
No, I'm not.
It's from Randy LaJoy's in-car
Todd.
camera.
Drove like he had Coke bottle
All we can see
glasses
there is the 44
sometimes.
car and the 6 car of Joe Bessie
He tried.
having some contact, but what it's not
he
showing is
didn't have
that
the
everyone kind of
base
checked up
that
there. McLaughlin
Jeff
got in the
had.
back of
He
the
was more
44 car and
cruising.
sent the 6 into the inside wall.
Now here's Bessie a
Bessie's
moment
pissed.
ago. We were in break going out to the 44 car and pointing. In that second replay, it looked like there may have been some contact between the 44 and the 6. And the 6 car got a little bit out of shape, and then the 44 tried to slow up to let him get it caught, and he got hit from behind. So that may be why he was upset.
Yep.
There was some contact coming off turn 2. Well, there is the remains of the Power Team Chevrolet. Some damage on the right and left of that car.
You know, when someone gets
Back
hit
with
in the
more
rear,
on Busch
they might have
Series action
lifted for
in
something or
just a
something like that, and the person behind them just doesn't have quick
And
reaction.
we're set to go green as they
That's
are showing
most
car
of
number
the time,
35,
but that was
Lyndon Amick as the lead
everyone
car.
was at pace.
Car number
so
50
it's
up there, that is
different.
Dave Resendez. And he is being shown in 34 spot, 1 lap down. Still 33 cars on the lead lap.
Lap cars always start on the inside in Busch Grand National Analyst and Cup racing.
Elliott Sadler being shown in second spot in the 66. Amick takes off in the Pontiac. Sadler gives chase in a Chevy.
Lyndon Amick took on 2 tires in the previous caution just about 10 laps ago. So it'll be interesting to see how they hold out as we get into this green flag racing a little bit more.
Let's check it in pits. We're Bill Weber is caught up with Joe Bessie.
And Joe is climbed from his car. Joe, what happened out there? What'd you see?
I'm not really sure. The guy said 44 got into me, and I went out to see Tony, and he pointed to his back bumper, and it's all caved in. So somebody probably got into him. I don't know. Just thought I just real rough. I had it. Somebody hit me, got me sideways. I got it turned around, saved, and somebody just finished me off afterwards. So it's a rough night.
Rough week or so for him, and with AJ Foyt looking on, it's
Bessie
it's a
has
tough,
really crappy
tough
luck
night for Joe Bessie here at
through his entire racing career. I mean, he really
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the car number 3,
tried like
making a
hell.
move underneath Glenn Allen.
That's 5th, 6th, and 7th place right there.
99 car of Allen being shown a lap down in 35th, but a great run there. There's Elliott Sadler, the 66 car. He is in second spot. Great run for Bobby Hillin in the car number 8, the clean shower machine. Now, I told you there were some NFL or some Major
okay.
League
We
Baseball
started
players
5th.
involved
We
in that
finished
car. You watch this
38th.
battle
So
here
he does
on the
not
racetrack.
return to this.
Earnhardt Jr. trying to make a move
God,
on the
he's got
Stanley
a
car.
bad stretch coming up
There is
too.
the car number 8 we're talking about in third
Won't
spot.
be until the second Bristol
We
for
told you
him
Mark
to
McGuire
get
was involved.
a good finish.
Kyle Morris, Kansas City Royals, Pete Shurett
Well,
from the
this
Houston
is gonna
Astros,
suck.
Gary Gaetti, the Cardinals, third baseman, Cardinals catcher, Danny Schaefer involved.
But there's some good other people in here. There's a few other good racers. You know, like this is the first Jimmy Johnson race.
There's the car number 83 to right along the Channel One car. Making a move inside of the Duraloop Chevy.
Tony's
Kevin
rookie
LePage
year.
here battling
Well,
for
Tony's
position.
second rookie year.
That's for 21st and 22nd spot. Here is David Green in the 36 car. That he is in 5th position. And getting a challenge on the outside by the AC Delco Chevy, and Earnhardt will have the line off of turn 2.
So at least I solved the mystery of what the bumper is that we have. We have
Now, there's the
the
double zero car
IRP
that came in and pitted.
bumper that ran
He
like a total of
dominated the
5
first
freaking
49 laps
laps.
of this race prior to the first
No,
caution
it
coming out.
ran
He
more
pitted
than
and
that,
got
but
back.
not much.
By virtue
Didn't
of that
even.
Ford tire
And
change
we got
back
boofed
into
by.
traffic. Now he's
That's
making
the
a
Todd
move
Bodine booth.
on the car number
Right there on
83
that.
of Wayne Grubb. That is for position. That is for
left rear
7th
corner.
spot.
Buckshot didn't have necessarily that bad of a pit stop. It's just that a few of the cars in front of him just took on 2 tires, where Buckshot and Earnhardt Jr. elected to take on 4.
Now there is a tire rule here at Indianapolis Raceway Park under short track conditions for the Busch Series.
Right, in a lot of the Busch Series races, there is a tire rules. Today's is 2 sets of tires under caution. You can come in under green and take on as many as you want, but under caution, you're only allowed 2 sets.
There's a good battle side by side for 9th position. McLaughlin and LaJoy They are side by side behind the Wayne Grubb car. There they are. 34 is McLaughlin. 74, LaJoy, a defending winner here. Look at the front of the 34. That's where he hit the back of the 44 car of Tony Stewart. The Gould's Pumps Chevy, somewhat crumpled in the front.
If we were at a big track, that would definitely hurt him. It probably isn't going to affect him too much here. At a big track, that right there would really mess him up. The car would have a big push. It messes the aerodynamics up a lot.
Now, LaJoy tried that Earnhardt line a moment ago. Didn't work on the outside. Now he tries to get back on the inside as you're right along with him on the Bob Evans onboard. Randy saying, okay, I tried you high. Now I'm going to let you slip up a little bit so I can get a shot off the corner. Take a look at our field summary showing you Lyndon Amy. The young man is a former NASCAR Goodies Dash Series champion. Being shown as our leader. Buckshot Jones working his way back up to 7th spot for dominating the first 49 laps. Kinson from 32nd to 13th. Keep an eye on that Lycos car. Bobby Risers making his way slowly and surely toward the top 10. There's a look at the car number 17, a two-time winner here in 1998. We're talking about Matt Kenseth. Won at Rockingham early in the year. And, of course, won out at Pikes Peak. The beautiful 1 mile out there just south of Colorado Springs.
Didn't qualify well tonight, but his car is really hooked up for the race, and he's moving up well.
That's Hermie Sadler right in front of him in the DeWalt Chevrolet. Hermie's had a fairly eventful week. The new daughter coming along for he and Angie, and here is the battle for position. Bobby Hillin in the car number 8 is in 3rd spot, trying to hold on, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. just turns that car to the inside. Now, a moment ago, he tried it on the outside. Earnhardt's car is sticking awfully well. Let's check in their pits.
Boy, you're not kidding, Jerry. And a couple of things to keep in mind on Earnhardt Jr. One, he's never raced here before.
I don't know what combination the number 8 Hillin has, but for some reason, whoever the crew chief is on that, him and that crew chief clicked, and I'm thinking it was Gil Martin. Well, Gil Martin went there after the 81, but I don't know how long he stayed. But I'm guessing that's fitting the timeline.
Well, Earnhardt Jr.'s being patient, but Elliott Sadler sure is, and he just went by Amick like I guess it's time. I'll see you later.
Now we'll see if Earnhardt can make the move inside for 3rd position. Elliott Sadler.
A little inside information. I actually applied at Stavola Brothers for a job, like a secretarial thing, and I interviewed with Gil Martin. And it went so good until I mentioned who my dad was. And his whole face dropped, and it's like, okay, well, we'll give you a call back. I was like, what the hell did he do? So, yeah, people are weird in racing.
We're on board with Shane right here. That's in between turns 3 and 4. And you can tell Shane got a shot from a pretty solid shot from behind and just backed it in between the wall there in turns 3 and 4. Putting his hand up there saying, what is the deal?
Well, you know you're in trouble when you're suddenly watching where you're going and suddenly you're watching where you've been. Indicating he got a little tag from behind, and boy, heavy damage on the back of the Big A Auto Parts car number 85.
I wonder if Boda was behind him too. Kind of looks like the same dragon bumper.
Well,
I'm being snide, but I can be that.
When we come back.
I've earned my age. Not too
Back
bad.
at Indianapolis Raceway Park, working the 3rd caution flag of the day. There's a leader, Elliott Sadler, the Trop Arctic Chevrolet. 4th race he's led in 1998. One of the cars that pitted a moment ago, Marty Reed, was this car right here, the 38 of Elton Sawyer.
Boy, and Doc, they have had their hands full in the Barbasol Ford. Elton was reporting that the car felt like it either had a sway bar that was broken or a shock. They got in underneath it and said, no, there's no problem. But they think that the ratchet that they use in there locked up, and that's what's creating the problem. He's 20th right now.
All right, thank you, Marty. We'll keep an eye on that. Possibly a ratchet problem, maybe a sway bar problem in the 38. Elliott Sadler last led at Texas Motor Speedway back in April this year. Fourth race he's led for the year. Lyndon Amick right behind him in a Pontiac. Bobby Hillin running awfully strong in the clean shower, car number 8.
I believe the first 3 cars there all took on 2 tires on the a couple cautions ago. So we're back to Earnhardt and Ford, the first car that took on 4 tires. It's surprising to see those guys still running so strong and just taking on 2 tires. I heard that one of the truck drivers that ran real strong last night ran all 200 laps without taking on left sides. As we see the
Whoa, that looked like 3 wide and you switch cameras. Come on now.
Get a little dirt track in there. They're battling for 8th spot, and he got the car about 30 degrees out of shape and gathered it back in.
It's not over yet.
There's Wayne Grubb in the link belt car. Matt Kenseth is there. LaJoy is there with the onboard. There's a
What it is LaJoy is running the line that his car wants to run. It just happens to look like it's 3 wide.
Amick slides up a little bit, and Chad Hillin may have a shot. Whoa, a huge crash on the backstretch.
Alrighty then.
Folks, you guys see what we do. Don't know what caused it yet, but you can tell there's cars everywhere, debris all over the place.
There's the Phil Parsons car. Mark Green is involved. The 4, that is Matt Hutter. Debris all over the back straightaway as now the
That
leaders will work
Frenchman
their way
all
through
over
and
the
try
back
to slow down.
Stretch again.
Carl Simmons feverishly waving the caution
Mr.
flag back here
Debris.
at the start-finish line. That brings out the 4th caution flag today here on lap number 92.
You see the NASCAR official down there waving the red flag. That's the flag that says whether the pits are open or not.
Oh, there is the Duralube Chevy for Phil Parsons. See if we can see what happened. Parsons already sideways. Looks like some contact behind him. There's Mark Green's car.
You crashed your Dragon.
And then Mark Green slides backwards, blocked the track, and that's where it all. That's when it got real dirty.
Curtis Markham trying to get by on the inside. He ends up getting involved.
Here's real time.
Dirty. No, it's just ugly. Dirty. Dirty
That
is
was from Kevin
intentional.
LePage's channel lock
That's
in-car
just-
camera. The Doug
that's
Taylor
just
machine.
nasty.
LePage stayed up high and was able to get by. Now there's all that debris on the backstretch. We would imagine that most of the guys who only took on 2 tires before would want to pit. Here's the car number 37. That is Mark Green as they are running along beside the car. Crew now see if they can possibly get some repair done there. We are hearing that maybe some of the leaders may pit for their other 2 tires. There is the leader, Elliott Sadler, in the car number 66. Gary Beck along with Gene Amick behind him, as you heard Chad Little say a moment ago. Those guys have only pitted 1 time. They came in on lap 49.
Oh my goodness, I just saw
with 2
something.
tires.
Wait.
Still no pit stops.
I'm going to
A lot
catch
of
it next
debris
time
to
by.
consider.
I'm going to show you something that most
Working
people
the 4th
do not
caution flag
know.
tonight at Indianapolis Raceway Park.
How we score the cars back
Back at
then.
Indianapolis Raceway Park, working the
Let me
4th
see.
caution flag of the night. Now that is the
I'm gonna
debris
back
that's on
it
the back
up.
straightaway. The caution came out on lap number 92 for contact.
Nah,
among
actually,
at least
under
a
yellow,
half a
I'm gonna
dozen
be able to
cars.
see
Those
it
involved
again
include Phil
when
Parsons'
they
car
go
number 10, the Duralube
past
car,
the front
Timberwolf
stretch.
machine of Mark Green, number 37.
You're going to actually...
Curtis Markham's car
Hey,
number 64,
Jesse, what's
the 40
up?
car, Kevin LePage,
Hey, guess
able to
what?
get by up high with minimal, if any, at all sheet metal
I'm in
damage.
North
Matt Hubbard,
Carolina.
we saw him walking back a moment ago toward the Lance pits. He's
I
subbing for
moved,
Jeff
like,
Purvis, serving that
It
4-week
all happened
suspension.
fast.
Our leader is the car number
My lease
66. That
was
is
up,
Elliott Sadler. In the
and
Arctic
the
Chevrolet.
increase was like stupid.
Let's see if we might be able to check
Stupid
one more
increase.
angle and maybe see what happened here
And
on the
I moved
backstretch.
back to a hometown that I really like, and it's got 90 people, and it's in the mountains in North Carolina. Ooh, crash.
Good sound effects there.
All right, different angle looking up the backstretch.
I'm watching IRP. We were already out of the
Mike
race.
Bliss
My
able to scoot
dad
by
was
in the
working with
Band-Aid car.
Fedewa.
Look at
But I
Green.
did
He
discover
gets
this
up
is the
on
race
the
that
right front fender
our
of Curtis Markham's car,
bumper
the
come from.
Snyder trucking machine.
My family has one
There's
bumper
Lance
from
Hooper going by. Oh,
Tim's.
heavy damage.
Tim's
on
days.
Phil Parsons' Duralube machine. Phil Parsons came in 6th in the point standings.
Yeah.
As we
Right
check
here.
in once again with Marty
This
Reed.
bumper
Well, an update on Elliott Sadler. Remember,
right
he only
here
put right
was
side
made
tires
at
on,
like
and,
lap 30.
If you remember last night's truck
Carbo9 got us
race,
right there
Jack Sprague went the
and
entire
put him in the
distance
wall,
with
and he was out for the day.
first
But
set
I was
of
wondering
the
where
left
that
side.
came from. This
So
is
it'll be interesting to see if
actually
any
in
of
my
the teams decide to
sister's
try that
garage.
same strategy here in the Busch Series tonight. But so far, it looks like it's going to be
I'm
follow
in
the
North
leader. If
Carolina
Sadler
right
ducks
now.
into the pits,
In a
Amy's crew
town
is
of
ready. They
90
pit side by
people.
side, but it looks like they're going to stay out one more time, guys. And
Long
lights are out.
story,
Pace car.
but
All right, so they're not going to pit this time, by.
rent went
All right,
really
let's check in
high.
with Bill Weber.
Jerry, similar
I
situation
looked
for
at all
Bobby
the
Hillin, as
options
Marty
of
pointed
getting
out.
land,
Hillin took
this,
two
that,
right
and the
side
other.
tires. They can
And
go to about lap 156.
I was always a little
before
short,
they
like
will need fuel.
finances-wise.
What will they do
So what I
then?
ended up
asked
doing
the
was
crew, they
getting a
said, "You'll
personal
have to come
loan,
watch
hiring a
and
company to take my RV that we
A
live
little
in.
bit of
This is an
intrigue
RV.
here at Indianapolis Raceway
Up
Park.
to
By the way,
North Carolina, where I lived
here's our
before.
AutoZone race recap. Our
And
leader,
I'm
Elliott Sadler, has led
at
16
my
of
friend's
97 laps.
house.
There have been
This
2
lady
lead
that
changes,
she's
4
really
cautions,
nice and
for a total of
everything.
17 laps. That's why
She
the
used to
average
work
speed
for
is down to 78.042 miles per hour. Our leaders,
Which is kind of cool.
Jones, Amick, and Elliott Sadler.
I'm in the heart of NASCAR country.
Off the track, there are the cars involved. Mark Green, Parsons, Hunter,
in the
Bessie, and
mountains of
Fedua,
North
along
Carolina. Like
with the entries of
almost
Hall
every
and Prince that are out
track
of the
they
race.
run is within an hour or two, which is kind of cool. Like the cars tour and all that.
Right.
Like
Still cleaning up some of the debris in the
Tri
backstretch. So
County's
let's check in
coming
with
up,
Bill. I think he's
and
caught up
in
with Phil
1 hour
Parsons.
and 5 minutes away from
Phil, all
Tri
we could see
County,
was smoke. What happened back there?
Well, the 37 car
Nate?
raced me back to the flag on the caution, which we're not supposed
Right
to do.
now,
and I got him
like
in front
I
of me. I
will
was
tell
trying to
you,
get by him.
moving to North
When the inside
Carolina,
went off too, and we got together and around we went.
we
We would have
had
been okay. And
issues
then
on the move.
four
took,
car,
like
I'm
way
sure there was a bunch
longer.
of smoke and stuff, and he ran right in. You know, had
Our
hit us head
budget
on.
got
So
blowed out
quite a
of
bit
the
of damage. I
border.
don't know if we get the Duraloop Chevy back out or
And
not,
every
but we'll
bit
give it a
that we
try.
were going to be ahead for
That's Phil
moving
Parsons. Looks like
is
they'll
kind of
try and
leveled
get it back
out.
out, but it
So
could be a lot of
next
work
month
for
will
their
be a
crew
lot
tonight.
better.
Well,
But right
indeed. I
now,
told
it's
you he
like
came in
we're
tonight
still
in
like,
6th in the point standings.
we're
Tim
still
Fedua
poor.
came in 5th, and both those cars have had trouble
But yeah,
and are heavily
we
damaged.
had fun
Back
moving.
with more. We're under caution.
An 8-hour
Indianapolis
trip
Raceway
took
Park.
16 stuff like
Back in
that.
Indianapolis.
But my son
had
was
to
a
come in.
trooper.
They needed a 4-tire change because, guys,
Yeah.
he was reporting a vibration in the right front. They're looking at the
I'm in the
tires now.
mountains.
They think they've
I'm
got
in
it
a
fixed.
town of 90 people. They're big,
There's the car number 30 coming out, the Slim Jim
Different,
machine of Todd Guy.
but
I
most
think these guys at pit
mean
right
well.
now, we are we'll have a halfway point next time by.
Yeah,
They may be
yeah.
set to go.
a lot
I think
to
so too,
change.
Jerry, because, you know,
I'm still
Elliott
writing.
Sadler
I'm
and
still
Bobby
trying
Hillin
to
haven't
do
pitted
stuff
yet.
with that.
Lyndon hadn't pitted. They already showed
Yeah,
that the
we're
cars
safe.
that take on two tires aren't that bad and can run real competitive.
back
We
wall
saw
of the
Roger
RV
struggling to get
fell
around
like
Bobby
it
Hillin
had
there. So
water
now
damage.
they've
Just
pitted. The guys that come in
like
later
the whole
are going to be
RV's great,
behind
but
him.
the back
You know,
wall
it
had
could turn
water
out to be
damage
the
when we
move that
bought
wins
it.
them the race.
We
or
kept repairing
makes
it,
them have a
thinking it
great
was
finish
good,
tonight.
but
Well,
apparently
Virginia's
the
been pretty
original
solid, ripping
damage
off the
had
hood on
totally
the Andy Santerre
deteriorated
car.
everything, and
Now,
like
young man who
they went
leads
over the
rookie of year
Jacksonville
point standings. He comes
big sky
scooting
bridge
back
there
down
and
pit
all the
road.
bumps.
Trying to lose another
And
lap. How about the car number 30,
By the
Bill, the
time
Slim
that
Jim
guy
machine?
got to the
Jerry,
end
he
of
came
the
in and Carbonite
bridge,
got left side
the
tires
entire
and they
back
took a
wall
spring
fell
rubber
into the
out of the
road,
right front.
like
So
just
a lot of
dragged.
different strategies
Like
down here.
pulled over,
Now,
we
spring
fixed
rubber out of
it.
the right front, what that would do is that would
My
free up the
son
car. That would let the
got
right
it,
front
so
not
we
have
had
quite as much
lights
wheel
and
weight on it
everything.
as you
We
go
were
through
able
the
to
turn.
get to
So
North
obviously he
Carolina,
must have
but
been a little bit
it was a
tired.
long ride.
They're
It
looking
was
for
very
Simmons and
grueling.
Johnny
We had to
Norton.
bribe
Norton holding
the
the
driver
cross
to
flags there,
stay on
indicating
with
we are
us and
100
not leave
laps
us on
into
the
it.
side of the road.
Halfway
So that
home.
cost us more.
In the 17th running
Just
of the
a bunch of
NASCAR
things,
Kroger
but
200.
we are here. We are
So you
safe.
look at our
My-
top 15. We told you that
you
Elliott
know,
Sadler is our
now
leader.
it's regroup and get caught up.
There's
But
Hillin in
the
second
end,
spot. Great run for Bobby Hillin.
I had to
Earnhardt
take
Jr.
out, like
from
I said, a
16
personal
starting spot to
loan
third. Mike
do the
Wallace having a
move,
good run.
which would have
No
put us
home
ahead
machine. David Green, Stanley Toole,
had we not
Pontiac.
had no problems.
Buckshot in 6th. McLaughlin 7th. Kenseth from 32nd
Life is,
to 8th. Keep
and
an
we're
eye
here,
on
so.
the car number 17.
I'm still
There's
carrying
Ron
on,
LaJoy
still doing my
rounding out the
racing,
top
and I
10.
hope
We
to
show you that 26 cars are on the lead lap, and that's why Andy Santerre was scooting down pit road a moment ago, trying not to put a lap down.
I would love to be recording from
on the
pit
lead
walk
lap.
or something at a track. I know I can't
Head back down
broadcast
pit road once again,
all
and
the
they continue to try to
freaking
pull some
rules.
sheet metal away.
You know, take away your birthday if you have any fun kind of life.
Still trying to get the debris cleaned up.
Yeah.
You just joined us. This is the fourth caution
I like
flag
being
tonight on
here.
lap number 92. The first
My
caution came out on
friends
lap
Leanne,
49. Timmy
I built a
Fido
little
up.
cabin actually
Tagging
out
the wall in
back.
turn one.
It's
Second caution flag.
been
10 laps later,
rented and
when the car number 6
abused,
of Joe Bessie came
but
into contact with the wall off of turn
it's
2.
going to be my
Third
little
caution
she
flag,
shed.
lap
I
83.
get that done and do
A
my
tangle between
painting
Shane
and
Hall and Tracy
sewing
Leslie.
and
And this
things
caution
I like
flag
to
on lap
do
92
besides racing.
involving 6 cars.
And I'm going to have a garden.
Let's check in
and I
down
love
in
to
one of those
garden.
cars.
I've
Pits
always
with
been
Bill.
really good at it.
Well, they're
This
actually
land
behind the
up here
wall
is
right
so
now. They
fertile.
continue to work on
Like
Mark Green's
an
car.
idiot can
Mark, we
garden
saw a
and-
lot of smoke. What happened out
and
there?
look like a pro.
Well, Bill,
so.
we had a problem on our pit
Yeah.
stop. Got in the back there.
Just lots of things
Usually
I
have
like to
problems
do.
back in there, so tight race,
And in
everybody
the
trying
heart
to
of
get to the
NASCAR
front.
country, too.
I don't
I'm
know
on
really what happened. I got
45
hit from
minutes
the left
from
rear,
Hickory.
and of course got sideways
45
and blocked
minutes
the track
from
up. You know, we know where to go. So not really what happened.
an hour
Not sure
from
really what happened there.
He still sits in the car, still belted in,
Yeah,
but they've got
here.
a lot of work to do before they can get this car back out
Right
on
in
the track.
Dad's book.
All right,
I
lots
just
of action
missed
coming your way tonight.
my
But how
family
about
in
tomorrow?
Florida.
Look at this great crowd
But
on hand. They got a lot of
I
racing
had to
yet
do
to
what
go
I had
tomorrow.
to do because
RPM
if
today,
I'm not
11 a.m. Eastern time on
financially
ESPN2,
feeling
on the grid at noon
comfortable
Eastern on ESPN.
about myself,
And then we come at
which
you
has
with our
not been
live
the way for the last
flag-to-flag
2
coverage
years.
of the 5th
Because my
annual
rent kept
NASCAR Winston
increasing,
Cup Brickyard
like
400
beyond what my
at 1
income
o'clock
was.
Eastern time on ABC Sports. And of course, 7 o'clock
And
Eastern
I
time
just
tomorrow
finally,
night.
I had
We'll
to
wrap
tap
it up
out.
with RPM tonight
They were
on the
gonna
Deuce.
renew
Lots of
RVs
action.
October
3
1st.
networks covering the action at Indianapolis Raceway Park
talked to him
and
last
Indianapolis
time, and he
Motor
said,
Speedway. It doesn't get any
"We
better than
gotta
that.
go.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Can't do it no more. And we loved living there. It was like 4.5 years we were
Back
there.
at Indianapolis
But
Raceway Park
it
in
just
Claremont,
wasn't-
Indiana. I'm Jerry
You know,
Punch
I
along
have to
with
live
Chad
within
Little,
my means or I'm
Marty
not
Reed,
comfortable.
and
I mean,
of
it's all
course-
me.
No, that's not
You
Bill
know?
Weber. That's the Moon.
I already
I
tried
do think
that
the Moon
part
with
of
Bill.
life
And
where I
here's Joe
relied
Bessie
on a guy.
returning in the Power Team Chevrolet.
Too many times.
Getting that car
And
hammered out back on the racetrack for
I
you
can
Joe
count
Bessie
on me.
fans.
And as
And
long
here is
as I
David
keep
Green's Stanley Tools
my
Pontiac. That is our
overhead
CarQuest
within
in-car
means, I'll be
camera
okay.
for David Green.
And I let it get a
being
little
shown
out
in
of
4th
hand
position.
being in
The
Florida.
1994 Busch Grand
It was
National
way more
Series
than I
champion,
could
having
really
a great
afford,
run.
but I did it to be
Driving
near
for Team
from.
34, Frank Cece and Scott and
But
Jeff Welver.
I'm back here. Once I get on my
Fans
feet,
are on
I can
their
help
feet.
everyone
Sellout
else.
crowd at
I can
Indianapolis
start
Raceway
being
Park as we get set for a
a Twitch
restart here
person again.
just
It's
past the
so
halfway
shit.
point.
I used to. I can't do that until I get on. I gotta get everything unbalanced. So, even though it was a big bite to take, and it was really hard on the family, hard on us to move, I have to live
Car
where
number
I'm
50
living
on the inside
within
Dave
my means.
Resendez.
And
That is
that's
the
important to
Washington
me
Irving
for my
Motorsports
own
machine.
sanity.
And he is not on the lead lap. He is being shown
And,
a lap
I mean,
down.
26 spots.
NASCAR.
CarQuest in-car
I know
camera
you're a
for
road
David
race
Green.
guy.
He looks at the inside.
VIR
got the
is
lap
about
car. Resendez in
3
front of him.
hours
Got
away.
Mike Wallace. As Green signals the car behind him and says, hey, thanks for letting me back in.
Or he says, don't run into the back of me. I'm slowing up a little bit.
That's Buckshot. You
My
got his
dad's
hand
with
signals
Tim
along, Chad.
Fiedua
Oh,
this
use them as often as you can,
season in
especially to let the guy
98, and I'm
behind you know
reviewing
that the
this,
people in
and
front
I
of you are
actually
checking
found
out.
out that, you know, the
Everyone,
bumper
be
on
cautious. I'm
Fidua's
slowing
car
down
that
just a
my
little bit.
family has came from this
Waving
race, but
hands
they
indicate
didn't
thanks
last
for
long.
safety. Waving fingers
They got
indicate
put
yes.
out on
Yeah, every now
lap
and then we use the single finger
30
gesture,
or
which
so,
is a
and
different deal.
You're
back
number one.
into
I
the
got you.
wall.
All right, battle action
But
up
this
front.
is Jimmy
Harry
Johnson's
Sadler, the leader.
first Xfinity
Bobby
race
Hillin in
ever,
second spot.
so
Dale
he's
Earnhardt
entering
Jr.
the picture now.
Just right about 4 inches away from Hillen's back bumper in the clean
And that's
shower
Gail
shed.
Jr.
There's
in the 3
Richie
car
Leslie, by the way, back out in the
for
Lysol car.
I think if Earnhardt Jr., when he
Childress.
does get around the 8 car, I think it's a matter of time because he does have 4 fresh tires.
in the 66.
He's probably going to be able to pull away from these guys. He's showing a lot of patience right now, which might be a result of
Is
last weekend.
Elliott
It might
Sadler.
be some other reason, but
The
right now I
8
think
is
he does
Bobby
have a faster
Hillin.
car. He's got
Probably
4
is
fresh
just
tires and
right
he's able to just kind of sit
before
back
his
and
career
choose
ends.
which line he wants to run.
Whoever the crew chief is.
Well, points as of now, as you watch Earnhardt try to make a move inside of Hillin. There would be some
It
significant
was
changes.
Kenny Wallace's
Buckshot
old
Jones, he would
coach
jump
from
3
the
spots. So would Elliott Sadler with a great run. As as you see Hillen now pulling back in front of Earnhardt off of turn 2. Fedor, he was involved in the first caution flag tonight. Some contact between he and the 30 car of Todd Bodine. He would lose 2 spots in the point standings.
That's only if the race was over right now.
Right now. That's points as of now. Great job by Bobby Hillen in the Clean Shower Chevrolet. Hillen's best finish this year coming at Dover, Delaware. He qualified third and finished second. Trying to equal or improve on that here tonight. Elliott Sadler the leader. It's a great battle for second spot. We mentioned the baseball players that are involved with the ownership in the car number 8. We told you Mark McGuire, they have the number that's 45 right now, the number of home runs, the Mac Attack numbers. They keep changing it whenever he hits another 8 home runs, so they have that on the back of the car. Right now they've got an AC Delco Chevrolet on the back of the car. Well, no, here comes Hillen. Jumps back in the throttle. Looks like Earnhardt's car may have slipped a little bit.
Well, like we talked about, when you're down on the inside there, it's tough to get a lot of forward bite. You can get into the throttle, but your car just can't go right there because you've got to turn so aggressively.
Here's a 0036 car. They were battling for 5th spot. Buckshot's got it. How about a look out the back of the Gould's Pump Chevrolet for Mike Magic Shoes McLaughlin. That is Matt Kenseth from 32nd starting position. He's now being shown in the 8th spot. Riding along with Mike McLaughlin from 12th to 7th.
Mike McLaughlin
Once again, the battle for second spot.
started running mod after we were out of mod, but we were still running a few Oxford Plains open shows in the Busch North with like Kenny Bouchard and stuff. And I remember George Summers. I remember like seeing Mike up there for the first time in person, like in the pits up there, chatting with everybody.
Pontiac, Bill Davis on car. He
basically introduced at that time, but he wouldn't know me by name.
Bring out the 5th caution flag.
Sure. Appears like it happened getting into turn 1, Jerry, and they came to rest just right there in the middle of 1 and 2. I can't tell exactly what happened yet. We'll see if we have it on replay.
Some of these cautions. I'm not going to do a real long stream. I just was not sleepy.
Let's see if we can see entering turn 1 what might have happened, Chad.
And, let's see. Whoopsie.
There's a reason
Toyota
we do all this shit
commercial.
together.
Sorry.
Launching and battling over a bottle of champagne. We harness this and put it in that so you can feel like this. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Looks like a good job of missing it.
All right, here's Elton Sawyer's Barbasol machine.
To green yet?
Discussions as to whether they were going to make a chassis adjustment or not on the car. See the crew members talking among themselves a moment ago as to whether they would or wouldn't on the car number 30. Donnie Richardson's the crew chief down there. And you see that car exit. Let's check in the leaders.
Donnie Richardson passed away
the pit crew down here has stood down. They are not going to bring him in under this caution. Interestingly enough, we always get to see the end result here at race time, but this crew really had a battle. They were 34th quickest in the morning practice. Figured enough out to get to the 8th qualifying position, and right now they're leading this race. And remember, they have yet to change left side tire. They are still running the original lefts.
One married Brett Bodine.
And those right side tires were put on lap 49, so they have come a long way on the right sides. Elliott Sadler, younger brother of Hermie Sadler. Elliott, a 3-time winner last year in Winston, or I should say in Busch Grand National competition. He won at Nazareth, Myrtle Beach, and St. Louis.
His name was Donnie Richardson.
This year, his lone victory coming on the high banks in Bristol, Tennessee.
Diane
Our CarQuest in-car camera with David Green. Well, I just can't help think about the kind of run he's had in that car in 6 starts. There's his teammate, Mike McLaughlin, right behind him. The Team 34 efforts. Frank Stacey, Scott, and Jeff Welliver owning those cars. As well as the car number 30 of Todd Bodine.
Donna Delaire Richardson. These are kids I grew up with.
Take a look at the back of David Green's car. We told you that this is the 6th start he's had in this Stanley Tools machine, the Stanley Tools Pontiac. He has had finishes of 4th, 2nd, 5th, and 4th. His worst finish has been 5th in 5 starts. Not a bad way to come back to the Busch Grand National Series.
No, and I think that's really good. It also shows that how important chemistry is, because David was having a hard time in the 96 car in Winston Cup garage, and he comes back over here and look at how good he's doing. So it just shows it's not David Green, it's not the 96 team in the Cup garage, it's just the chemistry.
Takes chemistry out. I talked to Dave after that situation happened where he split with the 96 team, the Caterpillar team with Buzz McCall. And he said, you know, it's sort of like what happened with Kenny Wallace a few years ago when he came up and drove for Felix Sabatas and had trouble. Just didn't have the right chemistry. Went back to the Busch series, got his confidence back, won races, proved to people that he could drive a race car, and then came back with the right situation in Winston Cup. Maybe that'll happen with Dave.
I'm wrong. That was Buzz McKim.
The Slim Jim machine
Brain
for
fart.
Tom Bodine.
Never mind.
As we continue to work the 5th caution flag today, let's check in once again with Bill Weber.
About to go green. Todd Bodine had a flat left rear. That's why they changed the lefts before. They just changed the rights, and they sat on pit road talking about making 2 chassis adjustments at the same time. They wanted to make sure they had the right adjustment before they went back out.
Carl Simmons waved the green flag. Now Dave Resendez could be the spoiler here. He's in the 50 car, the Dr. Pepper machine, and he is trying to get back on the lead lap. That time by, he had a nose in front of Elliott Sadler. This time Sadler will have the advantage. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 3 car is second. Mike Wallace looks to the inside. There's the lap car of Resendez. Wallace is third. Buckshot is fourth. This is the 5th place car of David Green. The CarQuest in car for the Stanley Pontiac.
Sure is impressive how Elliott's been able to hang on to the lead there with still only a change in 2 tires back at lap number 49 or 50.
And he's pulled away by a couple of car lengths from Dale Earnhardt Jr. Battles up front. What about the Barbasol machine, the Aiken Sutton Motorsports car for Elton Sawyer? How about it, Marty?
Well, guys, he's on the move. I think he's just passing for 10th position. Remember, he was 30th. And remember, we told you about the problems that they had a ratchet. Well, whatever it was, the crew wishes they could take the credit, but it has broken free. The car is freed up, and he is moving.
Oh, indeed. We will keep an eye on Elton Sawyer, who's finished second here. He has a second place and 2 fourth-place finishes here in 1998. He had to get his first win this year in that car. Meanwhile, back up front is Elliott Sadler and Dale Earnhardt Jr. They have pulled away somewhat from the 3rd place car. Here's a battle. Randy LaJoie in the 74 waging war with Wayne Grubb in the car number 83. That's the Link Belt Chevrolet. I'm impressed with Wayne Grubb and Kevin Grubb, his brother. Both these young men, pretty good race car drivers to be just 21 years of age.
Very good. That right there is for 8th and 9th place. They weren't racing when I was in the Busch series, and they have come on really strong in just a short period.
Bobby King is the crew chief for both these cars, and certainly that helps a lot. That experience, that maturity in getting these cars set up. And now LaJoie will have the advantage of trying to take the spot away. They were battling for 8th position. There is Elton Sawyer. LaJoie says, I got to go because this Elton is coming in a hurry. They're going to look back past the Grubb car, and right behind him is Sawyer. As you heard Marty say, whatever was wrong with Elton's car has apparently been fixed because he's moving. These 2 guys are beginning to move away from the 3rd place car. That is Buckshot Jones. There is Sadler, Earnhardt Jr., Jones, Mike Wallace, and David Green in the top 5. Less than 75 laps remaining here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. There have been 5 caution flags. There's once again LaJoie as he sees in his rearview mirror Matt Kenseth is coming his way in the car number 17. Jr. getting a little racy up there. And, well, I've been patient long enough. Dad's watched me and said, okay, I'm patient. Now I can go play. He just joined us. Elliott Sadler has made only 1 pit stop. He changed right side tires only. That coming on lap 49, and they have not changed the left sides whatsoever. Earnhardt Jr. in the AC Delco Chevrolet, the Tony Euring prepared car, running in 2nd position in front of a sellout crowd at Indianapolis Raceway Park. 17th annual NASCAR Rover 200. Longest continuous sponsorship of a Busch race in the history of the series. Broken folks involved here for 17 consecutive years. Side-by-side action. That's for 9th position. Grubb and Sawyer. Grubb's car shimmies a little bit. Shutters. And that may give Sawyer a chance to climb on the inside. Grubb jumps back in the throttle and pulls Sawyer by a car length and a half. Meanwhile, back up front. Battles all over this racetrack. Chad, he's sneaking more and more to the inside.
Elton Sawyer for the last couple laps was running on the inside. Dale was trying the outside. Now Elliott's kind of running in the middle and Dale's trying the inside. Like I said earlier, I think Dale's a little quicker right now. He's showing a lot of patience to try to get around that the 66 car of Elton Sawyer.
All right, 6th position up for grabs here. There's LaJoy and McLaughlin. Call it LaJoy as they slide by the
This race goes by really fast.
Now LaJoy will take 6th spot away. Back up front, here is Earnhardt on the inside. Down in turn 3, can he get it to stick on the inside of the racetrack? Yes, he's back in the throttle. He will slide up. Sadler will slide up. Fans are on their feet, and here's Elliott. Pulls him down the straightaway.
Elliott took his groove away that time as it went into turn 1. What I mean by that is Elliott knew he was running a little bit better on the inside, and he made sure when he went down into turn number 1 that Earnhardt couldn't run the groove that he was shown to be a little bit stronger at.
They approach the damaged car, Joe Bessie. They wave that blue and green move-over flag. Bessie pulls down out of the way. The lead cars. Dale Earnhardt Jr. looks high, looks low. Andy Santerre's car on the inside. Now they've got some open track in front of them. We'll see if Earnhardt Jr. will take a run at it. Gets the back in the throttle, pulls right up to the rear deck as they come by.
It really shows, I think, the difference in tires right there. You saw the kind of forward bite or grip that Earnhardt was getting in the middle of the corner. You can see it again there, too. It looks like he's got more power. What it is he's able to apply more throttle quicker.
Here's where the 3 cars awfully good in turn 3. Sadler has always had the power. Can he take the groove away? No, Earnhardt will bump. He will have the inside advantage, and here comes Elliott. Sadler back. It would have been Earnhardt by 4 feet, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes the lead, but here comes Sadler back on the inside. Oh, great racing at Indianapolis Raceway Park in the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series.
I wonder if he's thinking about last week at South Boston Speedway.
He's just probably thinking about hanging on that steering wheel and keeping those wheels headed in the right direction.
I don't think he was thinking about it, to tell you the truth. I mean, I think he summed it up good in his interview. He said, hey, that's the way I drive, and that's the way it's going to be. He wasn't showing a lot of patience, but when you've got a good race car, it's easy to show patience because, you know you can pass him. It's just a matter of time.
Well, he's a talented young man, and irrespective of his impatience a week ago, he's got a great head on his shoulders for understanding what racing's all about, and why wouldn't it? Battles back in the racetrack. This is for 13th position. Channel Lock Chevy riding
Dale
along
Jr.
with Cameron
really,
Page.
really
In front of him is the Band-Aid Ford. That is Mike
has
Bliss.
stepped up as far as motorsports, innovation, and mentoring.
Mike Bliss, the winningest, all-time
I'm really
winningest driver at
impressed.
Indianapolis Raceway Park.
I watched the Cars Tour last night, and I rewatched it again today. In spite of the wrecks and everything, it's such
Bliss making his second start in
passionate
Busch Series
series.
competition. Started the Kevin Swan's car out in
Get a
California,
chance
qualified in
to
12th, had a
review
good
some
run,
of the
going in
Cars
problems in
Tour
the pits, ended up
races.
finishing
These guys are
26th.
so
There's
yeah,
LePage in
they're
the Channel Lock car. The
so
car number
young,
40,
too.
56 car underneath him.
And
That
there's
is
so much
Jeff
passion,
Rowe.
like they are
battling for 15th position. Rowe was in 15th. LePage would like to take it away.
Some of the South Boston, they just ran.
Fourth position, Mike
weekend.
Wallace in the car number 15. That's the Oakwood Homes Chevy. His car starting to slip and slide up across the racetrack.
Everybody trying.
David Green says one more slip and I may be able to stuff this Stanley Pontiac right down beneath you. And if he does, Randy LaJoy will go by because they'll kick the door open. Well,
look at Randy. They've been able to pull below below the yellow line. That's what repaving a racetrack will do.
Oh, they have done a great job here repaving this facility. Clarence Cable and the folks, for the first time in 37 years, what a job and what a race here at Busch Series style. As you watch the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th, back with more live racing action in just a moment. Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, there are 50 laps to go, and our leader, the AC Delco Chevrolet driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and we have a car in the wall. That is Dave Resendez in the Dr. Pepper machine. Washington Irving on car. He loops it back around, gets it refired. Doesn't look like there was much, if any, damage on that car. That will bring out caution flag number 6. You're on lap 150.
Here's a replay of what happened with Dave Resendez. We're just getting the tail end of it there. We can't really see what turned him around. And like Dr. Punch said, just very little damage.
All right, now we expect with now just 50 or like make that 49 laps remaining that we would see probably those final pit stops. Watch for Earnhardt Jr. to come in, Elliott Sadler to come in. Pit work, very, very critical. And as you heard Chad Little tell you, the tire rule tonight was 2 sets, 2 per position. I don't think any of these leaders have used up nearly that many tires.
No, but Lyndon Amick, remember, took on his second set at an earlier caution, so that'll probably put him up to the lead if all the other leaders come in.
Here's Mike Wallace in the Oakwood Homes car. He was running in 4th position. He is down pit road. His car was beginning to skate somewhat up across the racetrack. As that crew comes out across the wall, that's the Andy Petrion team.
I don't think they're going to pit, Jerry. Those leaders that are up there right now, they're seeing how good tire wear is. They're seeing how good Elliott Sadler's been running up there in front. And I don't think they're going to come in and give up the track position.
Left side tires now going on the car number 15. Mike Wallace subbing for Kenny Schrader. He subbed for Schrader at Daytona when Schrader was injured, had that contact with a wall and injured his sternum, finished 11th. Drove awfully well down there with very minimal practice in the car. Just got in the final practice to run that 300 miler down there during speed weeks, and now he comes on and off pit road. Matt Kenseth has been on pit road as well in the car number 17.
Okay, we're gonna scoot this forward a little.
Get him. But obviously tonight the tires are wearing so good, they don't feel they need to stop. Elliott Sadler's still out there
not
with
green.
100 lap right side tires.
Situation that he felt like he needed left side tires. We'll find out if they were able to cool down enough, and he's got enough rubber to go the last 45 laps. Billy.
Well, Marty, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is not going to stop. Tony Eury Jr. says basically their car is perfect. They have not made any adjustments to it throughout the evening. They've only had one stop. They put on the 4 tires. They're obviously paying off now. They've got enough fuel to go the distance.
How about that one stop? I guess if the car is dialed in that well, you put 4 tires on and run all day.
Well, when you've got a smooth surface and a good tire like Goodyear's brought here tonight, you know, it can happen.
All right, battle for 3rd position. Double off Buckshot, the car number 00 in the 74 car, LaJoy. That is the Bob Evans in-car onboard camera for Randy LaJoy. LaJoy's already had a pretty busy day. He finished 4th in the finale for the International Race of Champions at 40 lapper, 100 miles at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There is Buckshot. He was the pole sitter tonight, qualifying at over 111 miles an hour.
Not quite as strong as he was the first 60 or 70 laps of the race, obviously. Maybe a little chassis adjustment, getting cooler, different set of tires. It's hard to say. But the way he checked out at the start of that race, just not quite as strong as he was then.
He led the first 49 laps here tonight. Actually pulled away by a straightaway, and then the caution came out. And the spin by Tim Feet. Well, he came in and made a tire change, was back in the pack, and really hasn't been that strong since.
Well, he's still in 3rd place. He's got a good run going on. But you're right, he's not able to pull up on 2nd and challenge for the lead right now.
Kenseth, who made a pit stop a moment ago, Bill, is working his way back.
He's trying to, Jerry. They've had a frustrating day. They had a bad push in qualifying, so he started 32nd. He just pitted again. He was well inside the top 10. They took a round and a half. right rear. They think there's something wrong with the car. It keeps pushing very badly. They think they may have a left rear shock broken. Right now he's back around the 20th position.
Oh, man. Car's getting a little bit slipping and sliding here. Getting a little bit slick out here with less than 40 laps to go. Pretty good battle starting to brew all around this racetrack. There is Bobby Hillen as the car number 80 loops around Mark Probe.
Let's see if we bring out a caution. It doesn't look like it's going to. Nope, they're not going to throw a caution.
Carl Simmons says no, he's got it looped around Joey Chipwood style, back headed in the right direction. So we'll just keep on green flag racing. As they chase Dale Earnhardt Jr., young man trying to pick up his 5th win in 1998. Show you again what happened a moment ago to Mark Probe's car.
5 wins. Ooh, he does stuff.
And a little help from behind. Looks like that might have been Mike Wallace as they were all trying to whoa up a little bit. And Mike gets into the back of the car number 80. Gives him a nudge. He loops it around. Meanwhile, back up front, there is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Barbasol car. And the 34 of Mike McLaughlin. McLaughlin is 6th. Sawyer is 7th. Behind him in 8th spot is the 80. Our live coverage of Busch Series action from Indianapolis Raceway Park. Riding along with McLaughlin, the Goulds Pump Chevrolet.
When I'm reviewing races, I always skip ahead. So if you want to see,
Looks like the tires that Kansas took on the last caution are really paying off for him. He seems to be the only one right now that's able to pass cars.
Here is Ruff spinning around and gets it spun around.
Again, it does not look like NASCAR's going to throw a caution.
I don't think even Chipwood can do one that well. He spun around, come all the way up, and didn't even nudge the wall. Came very close to it.
It was good that nobody hit it.
Lost about a half a dozen spots, and that was about it. Gave the fans up in turn 4 a show. And here's the guy they're all chasing. So we show you again what happened a moment ago. Oh, he had a little help.
A little help from my friends.
Beep, I got
angle, but we're going to show you the same thing. That car had already got a little tap from behind from Kenseth and the link belt Chevy for Rupp. Was being shown in 8th spot. Now he has slid all the way back to 20th position. There's McLaughlin, the car number 34. He's in.
Put some fuel in this baby. Turned our boy loose. He's come back from 22nd to 12th. He is moving forward.
Indeed he is. Mike Wallace has 3 career Busch Series wins, including 1 right here at Indianapolis Raceway Park in his last visit back in 1994. And he is closing in on the back of that Band-Aid Ford. That would be for 10th position. That is 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th all together as we have less than 25 laps remaining in this 17th running of the Kroger 200. Now Bliss will go to the high side. Looks a high around Crow. Wallace is there. You're riding along on the bumper cab. For Mike McLaughlin, run for 39-year-old Mike Wallace.
Skipping ahead
Making only the second
because
Busch Series start here in
the
1998.
biggest storyline I need
Now
to know
begins to pull
is
away from Mike McLaughlin. He will set his sights on the 21 of Mike Bliss, but laps are winding down.
We're out of the race soon.
Leader starting to get into some traffic now, working the inside of Kevin LePage.
Exactly.
Now is the time when he really tests his patience.
It's kind of cool, like
but he's got a comfortable lead, real comfortable lead. So I don't think he has to worry about too much. He just needs to bring it home right now. We're down into the closing stages of the race. Almost down to 10 laps to go, 12 right now.
That's a 21st place car. Lyndon Amick, he's going by right there. Now only 20 cars in the lead lap. The next car to pass will be the car number 83 of Wayne Grubb. There is Grubb. He's having an awfully good run until getting a little help from behind on a spin up in turn 4. He was running in about 4th or 5th position.
They stay green. I'm going to.
Here's a challenge. Bobby Hillen in the car number 8. They are battling for 10th position. Clean shower.
Was up to the front right away, past cars right and left at the start of the race. Had good pit strategy. Only took on 1 set of tires, and he's just been remarkable this year.
Oh, indeed. What an impressive young man he is. Looking for win number 5, as you see, of Mike McLaughlin. car number 44, involved in an incident early in the evening. Got a little bit of tap from behind. He is being shown on the lead lap in 15th position.
And we talked about how they tested here with one car and brought another. The car they tested here with was the car Dale Jr. drove last week in South Boston, Virginia. But Tony Eury Jr. said they didn't come back with that car because Dale doesn't like it. He wanted to bring this one. Good decision.
All right, battles winding down here, 38 and 21, side by side. Elton Sawyer and Mike Bliss. What a job Bliss has done here. And IRP, they are battling for position. Bliss trying to take the 7th position away, driving for Michael Waltrip in the Band-Aid Ford. Michael may say, I'll take a few more of these days off. Relax, Buffy and the baby here, and let Mike drive that car a while. Wide flag for Dale Earnhardt Jr. His father's best finish at IRP, Dale Sr., was a 3rd in 1990. But the young man, the 3rd-generation driver from Kannapolis, North Carolina, at 23 years of age, looks like he is one turn away from picking up his 5th win in 1998.
Dale Jr. was 23.
The crowd on their feet, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. has won the Kroger 200. What a night for a young man with incredible talent and incredible patience. As we check into their pits, I think Bill Weber's caught up with Tony Eury.
Well, I've caught up with him, but I sure can't get his attention. He's talking to his driver. Remember, Dale Jr.'s never been here. Doesn't know where Victory Lane is. Congratulations. That's a great car and a great race again.
Thanks, man. I mean, we really struggled today because we tested a different car. But I'm telling you, we all stuck together, and this is why we're going to be champions this year right here.
Did you feel you had something to prove after last week, Tony?
Yeah, we really meant to come here and stake to show up again. Because, I mean, we feel like we really got one took away from us last week. But we're proud to have this as 5, and it's great.
Well, if they did get one taken away last week, they're taking one home tonight.
Ready.
All right, that was Dale. That was Tony Eury Jr. Dale Jr.'s 5th win in the past 15 starts. So we go down to Victory Lane and Marty Reed.
Big smile on the face of this young man. 16 to first. Nice job.
Yeah, we had a good car. The AC Delco Chevrolet Monte Carlo ran good all day long. And, you know, I got to thank all the sponsors on board, Coca-Cola, Burger King, Food City, everybody involved. I want to say to my daddy, you know, we won this one for some friends of mine back home, too. Had a friend of mine lose a mother this past week, but we're going to dedicate this win to her and the rest of the Neal family. But it was a good win, and the Chevrolet Monte Carlo ran good all day, and you know, we made the right calls on pit road, and the car was just fast right off the bat.
And he did one other thing, guys. He was patient.
Boy, was he ever. He made up for a week ago big time. Our McDonald's Winner Circle interview as Dale Earnhardt Jr. climbs out with his 5th win of the 1998 season. Earnhardt Jr. takes the win. Elliott Sadler will finish in 2nd spot. Buckshot Jones in 3rd. LaJoie 4th. And David Green in 5th as the fireworks go off. Our unofficial results from the 17th running of the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series
That was a good
Kroger
one, guys.
200.
That was a really good one. So, anyway, I figured I'd do a short stream. Had a little insomnia, even though it's like early, but I'm tired, but not. Time to put my head down and rest and get ready for tomorrow. Hope your week is great. We will see you probably Tuesday morning. Talk to you soon. Peace out, buds.